welcome back to another Pixel Worlds news video. I'm still working on a big video, I guess you could say, but that's not going to come out for a little bit, and that's why there hasn't been a bunch of, I guess, uploads in the week. Instead, it's just been these news videos recently, but I'll try to get to that as fast as possible. I'm back at my PC, so everything should actually be going faster now, but I'll keep you updated more on that later on. So first, let's just get right into the live stream clips.
Quite a long time, and we are right now running and testing out the new forums. Hopefully we get those live when the update goes live, the next update. So let's hope it's gonna be good. We're testing it out, but it looks like right now that we might be able to bring the forums back. New minigames, sounds epic. Yeah, okay. We're not talking about that. Hendrik, hello. We might have something in store for you in a few weeks. So, for example, if we create promotion things with YouTubers, you could probably get like promotional code from their YouTube channels and videos to get. Oh no! To get special stuff or something. Oh no! God! Oh, interesting thing, by the way. I'm not, well, you are not aware of this, but we got someone else to join our Pixel Worlds team, actually, last week's Monday. Yeah, last Monday. Didn't talk about it last week. Will Nether get refurbished or upgrade because it gives no profit compared to mining and fishing? At some point we're gonna be changing some stuff, yeah.
Alright, so the first one is that Jake hints at mini games coming in November. So as you saw in the clip, someone asks about new mini games coming, and Jake says we might have something in store for you in a few weeks.
We might have something in store for you in a few weeks.
So even though Jake has said that he's not hinting anything about the November update, he just slyly drops that we might have something in store for you, which means we probably are getting new minigames. Now, what specifically does, like, minigames mean? I have no clue. This could mean anything from parkour to, I guess, like, Secret Base and Netherworld and stuff. So I don't necessarily know specifically what that means, what minigames would mean. It's just like a game inside of a game, I suppose, but what that specifically means, I mean, that could mean literally anything. So does that mean that we aren't getting anything revolving around the lore? I have no clue. And this statement ties directly into something we're going to get into later that has to do with the in-game news. So I'm going to bring this up again when we get to that, but that's a lot later in the video, so make sure you stay tuned. The next thing is that forums will come back with the release of the new update, which is in the 18th, and by the time this comes out, it's actually going to be only a week away, which is really big news. Jake says that they're basically done, but they're currently testing them. And for the past few weeks, they've just been backlogging forum info instead of developing the thing itself, so it should be pretty ready, and it actually should be coming out next week, which is really important. And I need you guys to know that's the reason I haven't been doing history videos, is because I need the forums to get some information from a long time ago, and different quotes and stuff to back up information and to get information for history videos in the first place. So when these come back, there will be a number of things I'll get to do, and forums coming back is also a big part of another part of the news this week. And I forgot to tell you, there's so much news this week. There's so much news. A few weeks ago, you know, every stream he drops like a couple things and there's a bunch of in-game news. There's pretty much no in-game news this week, and there's like 15 things for the stream. He dropped a million bombs, and almost nothing had to do with the update itself. It's crazy. He just said like a million different things, and we'll get into more right now, but it's just crazy how much information he dropped. I have like 6 clips, and most of the other stuff is just stuff I had to write down because I didn't have enough time to clip it and stuff. It's insane how much stuff he said in the stream. So the next thing is a new member joined Kukori, which is Pixelworld's like development team, for the marketing team, and she joined at the end of October. And this could actually mean, you know, because there's someone new coming to the marketing, that there's more ads for Pixel Worlds and potential creator sponsorships coming in the future. Last week I touched on Yumi Gaming, and someone also enlightened me that there was other YouTubers, or I think one other YouTuber with like 1 million subscribers that was sponsored and stuff, or something like that. So yeah, this means that there could potentially be more like this coming in the future. And speaking of that, and you can watch the stream back, I'm sorry I didn't clip some of these things, but you can take my word for it, they did come from the stream. Influencer requirements are being dropped soon, according to Jake. I believe he said something like, he either just said less, or he said something like 30,000 followers to 20,000 followers. I think that, I don't want to put words in his mouth, I think that's what he said, but otherwise he basically just said that the influencer requirements are being dropped. So you're gonna require less to be able to become an influencer, which does actually line up with a few news videos ago. I said that Earth could become an influencer soon, and this is really possible. He's at about 8K, and depending on how low they drop the requirements, this could potentially mean that he's a new influencer, but we're also gonna have to see. There was other influencers that were kind of trying to become influencers by emailing Jake, and it looks like they're pretty clogged up right now in terms of trying to get people their influencer rank. They've been very, very busy on the November update and a bunch of different things, so we'll just have to see about that. Along with this, very interestingly, TikTok is coming to the influencer program, and this may have to do with the influencer requirements being dropped. I'm not really sure, but this is very interesting, and Jake says that these can be done, or maybe just specifically the TikTok thing, by the end of the year. And also something I wanted to mention, Jake has mentioned that there was supposed to be a Twitch achievement for like following Twitch in the game itself, that you can like follow Twitch and then get an achievement for it. And this was supposed to come in the Nether V2 update, and it still hasn't come. And right now it's the Black Tower update, I guess you could say, the Halloween update. So this could mean that in November the Twitch achievement, that Twitch achievement specifically, is actually coming. So that's good news, I think. If it's not coming, I don't know when it's gonna be coming, because this is gonna be apparently one of the biggest updates of the year, and November updates always have been huge. I've talked about that in a past video, that November updates have been big. So it could potentially come with that, but we'll just have to see. And again, if there's new mini games coming, that means new achievements, I would say anyway. So it would make sense. So following that, like I said earlier, the forums are coming back. So Jake said that there will be a new item design contest soon, but they still aren't sure if they'll release the contest this year or next year, due to potentially not having enough time to manage the contest. Jake's been super busy recently developing the game, among other things. So yeah, and he also says, like I said earlier, that the forums must be up in order for the contest to run. Actually, they post the rules and stuff on the forums, so you can upload your artwork to the forums or Instagram, but that's where they put the rules for the contest in the first place and stuff. So that's why the forums have to be up in order for that to happen. I guess they could just post it to YouTube instead, but the forums are going to come up anyway, and they'd probably have to put their time into the forums before they put time into other things like an item design contest. But this was asked on the stream just because someone noted that there was no new head item coming in November. Apparently there, according to someone, I don't remember who it is, there was supposed to be a head item coming, and it didn't come in November, and maybe the, Endless, the artist for the game, just didn't have enough time to do that. Something like that, I don't know. It could be coming with the November update, who knows? But yeah, there's even more to talk about. It's crazy. So Jake says that they're potentially trying to make a system that allows YouTubers to promote sponsorship codes for the game in some way, and this was also part of the Twitch clip in the beginning of the video, and Jake says that this feature would be available for influencers only. Depending on what this is, that's totally fine, but we're gonna get into what this could mean. Now, this could mean one of two things. This could mean creator codes for YouTubers to promote that would allow players to use them in in-game stores to give creators a cut of in-game purchases. Think like the Epic Games store, where you can use a supporter creator code, or even like the Brawl stores. Brawl Stars, or like Clash Royale, like the Supercell type of stores. Those both have creator codes that you can use to give your favorite creator a cut or whatever. And if this were to be the thing, and keep in mind that, you know, Kokori is a pretty small game company, so I don't see any reason for them to try to give creators a cut for any reason. That wouldn't make very much sense. So I don't know why they'd do that. But if they did decide to do that, I feel like it should be opened up to more than just influencers. But regardless, I think it would still be a cool concept, even just for influencers, I guess. And the other idea I had for this would be like promo codes that you could put in your videos to give away VIP, or like something to promote people to play the game. So like there'd be a download link, and when you would use the link, you would get some sort of bonus item, because he does specifically say promo codes, I think. Alright, so the next thing is pretty big. Someone asked if the Netherworld would be getting like any revamps or refurbishment, and Jake actually says that they're planning on doing this later at some point by saying, at some point we are changing some stuff.
Will Nether get refurbish or upgrade because it gives no profit compared to mining and fishing? At some point we're gonna be changing some stuff, yeah.
So that's very interesting. We haven't had gem rebalancing since the fishing update, I believe. So this could be pretty big. They might even buff farming, which is pretty cool. So the next thing is that Jake says that to prevent some level of account hacking, they're actually thinking about adding two-factor verification in the future. However, they may not implement it, as Jake tells us that it may not be worth it if not enough people use it. He also says that the same people who would be using the two-factor verification would already know how to have a safe account, so basically those people would already not have their account hacked, and for lack of a better word, the ones who would have issues wouldn't sign up for two-factor verification. So the people who would already have been getting their account hacked, the ones that would need it, they would be the people who wouldn't sign up for it already, like having a second, or having like a verified email or whatever. So they're thinking about not even adding that just because it wouldn't be useful to anyone. But in my opinion, this is not the case. There's a lot of like YouTubers and stuff that would need two-factor verification because they probably get their accounts phished all the time, which is basically people just guessing passwords with their username to see if they can get in. So two-factor verification would actually be very helpful, especially since usually you don't have to log in all the time to your account. You just log in once on a device, and unless you like uninstall the game or go on an alternate account, you're pretty much just set from there. The only reason the reason for two-factor verification is that if someone from like, I don't know, China or something, from my perspective, since I'm from America, decide to try to get into your account, they would need two-factor verification. So it wouldn't really be that annoying in my opinion, and it goes a long way in my opinion that, you know, adding two-factor verification. But if it's super difficult, I can understand why that's not really super high priority for them. The next thing is that these two things aren't super important, but I did just kind of want to go over them because they're kind of fun. So apparently Jake says that they regret making lock tokens in a way because the original intention they had in mind for these was to make Bytecoins. So basically a second currency for cheaper items, because there was all these weird booster items that you wouldn't want to pay a world lock for. So they tried to add lock tokens to like make a smaller way for you to get booster items without having to pay like 3 of this booster item for a world lock. Now you can just buy a Santa coat, or not, I guess that's a bad example, but just like some Xmas shoes or something for 10 Bytecoins instead of needing to have like 10 Xmas shoes to sell for a world lock. And that was the original intention of lock tokens. Now no one uses lock tokens, so they decided to implement Bytes, and he basically says that they implemented the feature halfway, so it became pretty forgotten over time. No one uses lock tokens anymore, let's be honest. And the final thing for the live stream clips is that we find out Jake has 2 warnings and a ban apparently. So the first warning was from for false reporting for dev. I have no clue what that could be about. And the second warning was for hacking suspicion from Endless, and he actually hacked past like the aid doors, I think it was the level requirement. I think Jake is only level 60 and needed to be level 125, I believe it is, to go past those. And I'm pretty sure it's just an auto ban from Endless. So if you go past the doors, it's one of 2 things. Either it's an auto ban if you go past the doors and you're not the right level requirement, or Endless just did this, like Endless was monitoring the stream to make sure he didn't mention aid, so when he went past the doors he decided to give him a warning just to make sure he didn't tell anybody anything about the lore. It's super secretive. Endless doesn't want anyone to know about it. So with that being said, let's get right into the in-game news. There's not a lot of it. Alright, so a world was found that's owned by Endless called Jet Race, and people are saying that it could pertain to a future update. I disagree with this though, because most worlds like this, and I'm talking about dynamic worlds like Pixel Station, are owned by Commander K, so when Endless makes a world, it's usually because it's confiscated or for personal use. It is possible though, because the world that was locked is completely untouched, unless Endless is building this as a personal world rather than having to do anything with a dynamic world or lore world or anything. But something to note is that Endless is the designer of the lore stuff, so who knows? But something to point out, and I referenced this earlier, is that Jake hints at a minigame coming in November. You know, he said we might have something in store for you in a few weeks, referencing a minigame question, and Jet Race sounds like some sort of racing minigame. So we'll have to see what this means. This doesn't really mean much right now, but it is interesting that someone found the world owned by Endless. Final thing, and this is like really frustrating honestly, Trillionaire GT got scammed almost 50 platinum locks in an idiotic trust scam, and maybe a scheme to get world locks from donators. And I know this sounds crazy, but let me run you through it. So there's two possible scenarios. One, he just got scammed and that's that, or two, he fake got scammed and gave the world locks to his friend or something, or an alternate account somehow. Now, just try to keep an open mind, okay? So the first thing, if you got scammed, let me be clear that that's a very irresponsible thing to do, okay? Giving all your world locks, this person is an influencer for the game. They represent the game. So for a representative of the game to be scammed 50 platinum locks, I've never seen 50 platinum locks in the game. I've probably not even profited that much in the game. For a representative of the game to get scammed this much, it's a very, very bad look for the game, in my opinion, because of how irresponsible this person is. You cannot trust everybody. This guy probably gets told Gullible is on the ceiling and then looks up, you know? I mean, come on, you can't trust that much. You've got to be kidding me. I mean, 50 platinum locks, first of all. And I almost understand if it's a clothing item to let someone try it on. Because even then, you know, you can still use the set maker, but not a lot of people use the set maker, and it's free, so you should use it instead of, you know, trust scamming or getting trust scammed or whatever. But 50 platinum locks, you can just Photoshop 50 platinum locks in your inventory. What difference does it make to have the screenshot? Literally what? If someone's asking you for your items, especially if it's a really expensive item for like a trust scam, don't give it to them. It doesn't matter if they remove you as a friend. You don't want trust scammers as your friend. You know, trust me, I've been scammed quite a few years ago. And also, this is very disappointing to see from Trillionaire GT, comes from GT. This guy's probably been playing sandbox MMOs for like 6 or 7 years. How do you not know about, you know, trust scams? How do you not trust, how do you trust these people so much? Especially with 50 platinum locks. Are you crazy? Like, what are you doing over here? Why does this guy even need a 50 platinum locks? Oh, I need the cool screenshot. Here's the thing, here's my sentiment on, you know, trust scams. Why do you need the screenshot? It's not your stuff. You know, if you're trying to flex with your friend's items, why? You know, what would be the point in flexing your items? And also, I don't see why anybody should have any sympathy for this person, and we'll get onto this in the next point, which is, you know, what if he just, you know, what if he wasn't actually scammed? And here's the thing, right? So, some people are saying that he wasn't actually scammed, and also he did say, which is another point in this and why it's news, is that Trillionaire GT said he'd quit, even though he hasn't quit right now. But, so basically, let's pretend that, and people are saying that he fake, you know, got scammed and fake pretended to quit, right? So people are saying that he may have just done this to get pity so more people will donate to them. So in the past, he's had a trend of getting scammed and then getting a bunch of donations from friends or from fans, because he is an influencer, and just getting a bunch of donations from fans. Now, he probably accepts some through trade, but he does have donation boxes in his own world. So people would pity him for getting scammed, and then they'd just give him a bunch of stuff, and that's how he'd get a bunch of world locks. Now, here's the thing you have to think about. You should not give any pity to people who get scammed, especially from trade scam. That is the most idiotic thing you can possibly do, getting scammed from a trade scam. You know, trusting people, why are you trusting a random stranger from nowhere? This is what I have to say. You're pitying someone who, for a real life example, said their wallet was stolen when they literally looked a random stranger in the eyes, gave them their wallet, and then the person ran away with it, if you want to think of it that way. And then they said they got scammed. Like, sure, you can expect them to give it back, but you're the one who gave them the wallet. It was your I guess, action to give them the wallet, for this analogy. So it's not necessarily, I have no pity for you, if you want to put it that way, I guess. I mean, why should I? You literally just gave your world locks to someone unprompted. A random stranger on the internet, okay? So even if this was a real scam, you shouldn't pity him. It's completely his responsibility, and he's been playing this game for years and years, this type of genre, for years and years. And somehow he still got scammed. And another thing to note is that this has happened before. I would not be surprised if he comes back, gets donated a bunch of platinum locks, and trusts some other fool, and gets scammed by him too. This is just a horrible, you know, type of representative of the game. I mean, this guy's literally a Pixel World influencer, one of like 5 active influencers, and this guy literally got trade scammed 50 platinum locks. And again, it doesn't really matter whether or not he did this to get donations and he's not actually quitting, and he didn't actually get scammed world locks. This looks bad for the game, in my opinion, because this is a representative game. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I'm not a big fan of Trillionaire. He's sold non-game items from Growtopia and got banned from Growtopia, and then just became an influencer in this game. I'm not a big fan of that. That's kind of cruel in a way. It's not very respectful of Ubisoft. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. See ya. I hope you enjoyed this video this week.
Thank you. See you later.